I'm Corey from the feminist mental health blog Hope is Real, and I'm today trying out an experiment. I'm going to do a talking blog, just elaborating more on my last blog post. I've done music videos before, but this is my first one where I'm just talking, so bear with me. I'm sure they will get better. But what I wanted to talk about was that um, I have a tendency when I'm around a group of people to undervalue myself and to think negatively about myself and how I'm interacting with others. And, if this happens and I continue thinking this way, I can even become silent and stop participating. So it's really important for me to check the facts and see if how I'm feeling is really the truth. And I do this by watching the people around me and looking at their body language and the way they're talking to me, and I can determine whether they're being genuine and validating and really listening to what I'm saying, or if I'm being actually a nuisance. And I find almost always that people are much more receptive to me and much more validating than I initially gave them credit for. Um, this past Saturday, I was at a workshop and I was starting to have those feelings. And so at the end of the workshop, I said to a man who had been there, it was good to meet you. And he gave such a warm smile. And he said that he was really glad that he met me. And he really seemed to emphasize that. And it seemed so genuine and like he really saw me for me that I was able to internalize that and be like, tell myself that I really had made a difference, that I really had been a good contribution to the group. When I am feeling this way, also, I look for what are my vulnerabilities. And what I mean by vulnerabilities are what are the things that are happening to me that are going to make me much more susceptible to being hard on myself. And usually for me, it's that I'm tired. I get tired really easily. And when I'm tired, I tend to get more depressed and more hard on myself. And but sometimes it's that I'm not just tired, but maybe achy, or that I've been recently triggered by a topic or even loud noise. And once I've determined what's making it easier for me to be hard on myself, I'm actually usually able to then let go and give what I talked about in my last blog post, which was grace. I have found that grace is a transformative experience that we can give ourselves. And I really think that for women especially, it is important for us to give ourselves grace, to give ourselves the permission to be gentle with ourselves. Society already puts so many pressures on us to be just as good as men or to be better in order for people to take us seriously. And so I think that we need to give ourselves some slack and not be so hard on ourselves. Also, I know many women struggle with accepting compliments. But again, I think that society spends so much time tearing us down that it's really imperative that we spend time to build ourselves up. Um, so if there's something that I could tell everyone, it would be to practice giving yourself grace. It really can change your life, can change your outlook, and do this by starting to say more positive things to yourself. This was something that was very hard for me to do, a couple years ago, but with practice, it became much more easy. Um, by doing mental body checks, by um, becoming more mindful of how your body is affecting your mind, you can become much more um, accepting of yourself. And by accepting compliments and really internalizing them, you can start to build up your self esteem. So if it is hard for you to give yourself grace, cut yourself a little slack, because I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that I used to struggle with quite a bit, and I'm now getting much better at it. So hope is always real, and that's what I want to always leave you with, that hope is real. God bless. Thanks.